Hey guys, this is Rodrigo with the Fender pedals team. I'm here to show you our 6 new effects pedals that we're releasing at the Summer NAMM show here in Nashville. The first one that I want to show you guys is our Compugilist, which is a compressor distortion pedal that's based on 2 of our most popular pedals from last year, the Benz compressor and the Pugilist distortion. So we kind of slam the name together and you get Compugilist. So what it is, it's an all analog compression and distortion pedal, independently switchable. So you have a compression side with recovery, compression, and level controls. And then of course on the distortion side, your typical kind of tone, level, and gain controls. Very straightforward, really great kind of classic rock tones, in one box. So let me show you guys what it sounds like. The next pedal I want to show you guys is the Trapper. This is a really interesting new fuzz designed by our chief engineer, Stan Cody. So what it is, it's a dual channel fuzz. One channel features a switchable octave, and the other channel features a really strange and interesting noise gate that's really interactive with your guitar's volume controls. So you'll notice some kind of interesting sonic artifacts when you switch over to the gated side. As you turn down your guitar's volume controls, the gate will cut in quicker and quicker and give your guitar almost kind of a sound like it's kind of dying or like the pedal is sagging. Really interesting and unique. The octave is a harmonic octave and it responds really well when you're playing kind of right in the middle of the neck. It's a high octave, so it's definitely a classic and familiar sound. The tone and contour controls are global for both sides, so the contour control will take you from a more bass-heavy response to a more treble-heavy response, and then of course the tone knob will tame some of the high-end fizz that you get from the fuzz. So let's take a listen to what that sounds like. Next pedal that I want to show you guys is the MTGLA, which is a high-gain tube distortion pedal designed in collaboration with our friend Bruce Egnater. So this is this pedal features a real 6205 new old stock tube inside the pedal. It runs that tube at a real tube plate voltage for super warm saturation, really realistic tube response. So it cleans up very nicely and can get really, really heavy. You'll notice a treble and bass EQ control, as well as a tone and a tightness control for rolling off some of that unwanted low end. There's also a configurable boost here with a dedicated switch that you can use to either add more level or more gain. So let's take a listen to what that sounds like. Next up is the Pour Over. This is a brand new envelope filter that we've optimized either for guitar or bass. The pedal basically has 2 sections. There's a filter side and a distortion side. And when you kick the distortion in, it actually will come in before the filter to give the filter a little bit more harmonic characteristics to play with. So you'll see on the filter side there's a high pass, a band pass, and a low pass filter so that you can tailor it to whatever frequency range you're going for. On the band pass side, it functions a little bit more like a wah pedal, whereas on the low pass or the high pass side, so you can get some kind of different sounds from it. The filter can drive up or down, so you can get some interesting kind of swell sounds or kind of descending sounds from it. And then on the built-in distortion, you've got your kind of, again, typical level, tone, and gain controls, and that distortion will come in before the filter. So let's take a listen to what that sounds like. Moving over to the reflecting pool, this is our brand new digital delay and reverb pedal. There's a lot going on with this unit, but if you guys are familiar with our marine layer and mirror image pedals that we launched last year, the knob configuration will seem pretty familiar to you. So on the reverb side, you've got a hall, a room, and then a whole set of special reverbs. So we've got a shimmer on here, a reverse gated reverb, which is very interesting, and a modulated plate reverb. And then those can all be varied using this extra knob. So this knob here will change parameters depending on which variation you're set. On the delay side, you've got a digital, an analog, and a tape emulation with a quality switch that you can use to degrade them. It's also key to understanding this pedal that there's two different delays going on here. So you have a main delay and a subdivision delay that you can mix between using this blend knob right here. And on the subdivision side, you can actually select either an eighth note, an eighth note triplet, or a dotted eighth note relative to the quarter note that is the main delay. You'll also notice a tap tempo on here, which is for the delay side. And as well, you'll have dedicated depth and rate controls for the modulation on the delay side. Other cool things about the reflecting pool, it's true stereo, so it's stereo in and out. It has a tap and expression pedal input. Also has a USB input here for updating firmware. So it's kind of future-proofed, and we'll be able to add new sounds and different algorithms to it as we kind of move forward. Finally, the last pedal that I want to show you guys is the SMolder Acoustic Overdrive. This is kind of being talked about as our most unusual pedal for this year. So what it is, it's an overdrive that's optimized for acoustic guitars and full range amps. So it starts with a pickup compensation control over here that will kind of dial out some of the unwanted flubbiness of typical piezo elements that you find in acoustic guitars. It then goes through a deluxe reverb preamp and cabinet simulation, as well as a mic simulation. So it's got some amp modeling, which is all analog, just built right into the pedal. And you'll notice that we're running this out into a full-range Fighter PA speaker. One other awesome aspect of this pedal is that there's a blend control for the wet-dry signal, so you can go from being 100% dry to 100% wet. So you can kind of layer in as much of that overdrive as you want while keeping your natural dry acoustic tone intact, and you can kind of blend that to taste. So really interesting and unique new pedal for us. First acoustic overdrive pedal as far as I'm aware. So really excited about this one. Thank you guys.